Time at voxmagazine.com.
The Heart of Missouri Girls on the Run, an empowerment program for girls in grade.
On the microphones here, I got Dave Angle and Dave Durnley. I don't know which mic you're on, so I'm going to turn them all on. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello. All right, we've got the Daves in the studio, and if you're not familiar, they are a couple of local gentlemen and musicians who've been making music around here for quite a long time, and not just around Missouri.
Gentleman's a stretch.
Well, we're gonna try to keep it cool here because we're 9 in the morning. I used to do radio in the middle of the night. You can kind of get away with more stuff. I follow Andy Goodman. I got to keep my act together here. So, anyway, yeah, Dave and Dave.
Morning with the Daves.
Mornings with the Daves. We might should turn that into a regular program. So, anyway, Durnley, where are you from originally? Are you from Missouri?
Parkville, yeah, over north of Kansas City.
Yeah.
Little river town just up the river from Kansas City.
And Dave Angle?
I use the proper pronunciation, Missouri. I'm from St. Louis.
Aha, no Missouri from you. Okay. Well, regardless, you're both making great music. Kind of come from different musical backgrounds. Dave, I know you're a Delta blues guy for the most part.
Being from St. Louis, I was fortunate to learn from some of the second generation folks who had sat at the feet of people like Fred McDowell or John Hurt and had soaked up that tradition and passed it on.
Fantastic. What about you, Dave? A little bit about your background? Musically, I guess.
Well, musically, I mean, I started playing piano when I was a little kid in school band, and started playing guitar.
They were the championship band, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, champion marching band. That's right.
What was your instrument?
Tenor saxophone.
No kidding.
Yeah. My
kid plays tenor in the jazz band at Smithton High School.
Well, the week after I graduated from high school, I marched right down to Quigley Music in Kansas City and traded it on a Guild guitar. So, tells you where my saxophone loyalties were at by that time.
The march ends here.
Yes. Thank you very much. See ya.
Championship in hand.
I wonder if you could still play one.
I doubt that very seriously. I joked with Tony Laughlin and said, "Hey, let me try that horn." He just kind of looks at me and goes, "Yeah, maybe."
Yeah, he's like, you don't want to embarrass you. He's quite a horn player.
Yeah.
Mr.
And that is Tony on that mashup of Richland Women Blues. There, it's the track on our record that has all of the Daves is that one. It's a John Hurt cover, and Andy Ream plays drums. John Randall plays fiddle or violin-shaped object. Tony plays sax, and Paul Weber plays harmonica. And Paul produced that track, and it's really, I think, exemplary of Paul's musical genius, if you want to put it that way. That's a strong thing to say, but he's so good and smart at those kind of things that that production turned out real nice.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Paul's a talented guy for sure, and I like all the music that he's involved in, both producing and performing his own. We got Dave Durnley, of course, here, who plays along with Paul Weber and the Scrappers, which is another project. Dave, maybe you mentioned a little bit about that, but that's only a couple of years old, but would really make a whole lot of progress.
Yeah, it's about 2 years old this spring, I think. It's kind of our take on honky tonk that's a little different than the same stuff that's out there, and again, that's Paul's vision. There's 100,000 country bands, but we try to bring a little something different to it.
Yeah, there's I think was it Wynn Stewart who's sort of an influence of some of that stuff. Yeah, fantastic stuff. I've been listening to a lot more country, old country than I have in a long time, thanks to Woody Atkins actually, and
sure.
And the Real Deal Country Show that's on Monday.
Shout out Woody.
Yeah, shout out to Woody Atkins and the Real Deal Show that's on Mondays from 3 to 5 right here on KOPN. Fantastic old school and new old school country music.
A well-named show.
Oh,
it is
man.
The real deal.
Yeah, you get some great stuff and great interviews too. He knows a lot of people in the scene, and he does a real good job of communicating with all those guys and girls. So anyway, okay, so yeah, on this record we got all kinds of people. You mentioned John and Andy from the Hoot and Hollers, Paul, Tony, of course the two of you guys.
Sure. Tony is particularly known, I think, in town for being part of the Fried Crawdaddies.
Right.
So the Daves are a welcoming group.
Sure, you guys are, and you never know who you'll see if.
Right, they have a rotating cast.
When the Daves are playing, there's lots of Daves out there.
That's
sometimes.
true. Justin Hickerson, also a Scrapper. He's been.
Yeah, he's that's right.
Yeah,
so it's a mashup of Scrappers, Hoot and Hollers, Daves, fried crawdaddies.
All right, and the Crawdaddies play a lot. They do a happy hour a lot over there.
Yeah, that's a really good time. What a treat for this town once a month. We went last time.
Yeah.
It was really a hoot.
Yeah, that's out there at Rose Music Hall, especially when spring and summer comes around, because we get to go out in the park there.
And they have Pete and Sean playing guitar, and that is just such a. I mean, all of them are so talented, but
that's
the
a guitar
player, I like watching them.
A lesson in guitar playing for sure.
bass.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we tell me a little bit more about this album, and then I'm going to play. I'm gonna have you guys play a couple songs maybe,
okay.
And then we'll mix it up. We can play stuff off the record, and you guys can play a few
Sounds
here in the
great.
studio. I'm not sure how we'll do with sound here. I'll do the best I can. We're missing a microphone over there, and we've only got 2 mics for these guys, so we're gonna try to get the
But we brought metal resonator guitars, so
All right.
all should be fine.
Okay, so we'll try that in a minute. But first, this album, it's called The Daves, and I'm sorry, the name of the record is Now and Then. And looks like there's 8 or 10 tracks on it. And tell me why you guys did it, and a little bit about some of the songs on it.
Well, it is a record. It's 180 gram vinyl, and we're doing.
It is heavy. I noticed that when I put it on.
It's solid American-made vinyl. It is not a floppy vinyl record. It's quality, and we made it as a vinyl record intentionally so we could kind of have a listening experience, because when you are listening to a record, you got to take it out, you gotta put it on the turntable. Usually you're invested in it, and that's what we hope people are when they listen. And we did it because we hadn't put anything out. We've been together for, back to the Dog Pound Jangle days like we were talking. It's been a good 12 years probably.
I was going to say
never
10
really
at least.
released anything. And this record is a conglomeration of all that mashup that we talked about on side A, and side B is Andy and I just sort of throwing down R.L. Burnside style.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
it was the side A is tracked and produced, and side B is just let it loose live performance. Where and actually it was 10 years ago. We did it in 2008 and just kind of sat on it. But we picked 4 tracks from that particular session, and then lined them up, and it was a situation with Will Reeves and Central Cellar Studio where we just had anything that we wanted and were able to break loose.
Yeah, Will's great, and there's a lot of good music coming out of that place for sure.
It is. It's pretty amazing the things and people that are available in this community.
I'll tell you what, I'm always thrilled and excited to be around the music scene here in Columbia. Dave Durnley, how did you and Angle meet?
Boy, that's a
It was
good
in
question.
Boonville. It was at.
That's right. When Dino and I played I think it was a Katy Bridge fundraiser thing when they were trying to raise funds to get that purchased or bought or whatever.
Right.
Save the Bridge.
And Dino and I played up. It was at the winery there in town. I can't remember the name of it now. And Dave also did a set. And we met, and I don't know. We kind of kicked around, maybe playing some stuff together for a while, and then. One point, Dave just came over to the bluff, and kind of, it was pretty immediate. It's like, yeah, okay, this
works.
I just enjoy him as a person and as a musician. So
Right on, Dave.
it worked.
Back at you. Well, when we play, I mean, the Daves are basically a cover band. I mean, but we cover 1920s and 30s. John Hurt, Fred McDowell, Robert Johnson. I mean, we're a Delta Blues.
Right. I don't consider those covers because nobody knows who wrote them.
Yeah.
And there's so many
Fair
different
enough.
interpretations over all these years, and I think it's amazing that the music holds up as well as it does.
Well, it's easy to kind of put your own twist on it too,
For sure.
because it holds feeling very well. So if you play it with feeling, other people are anxious to join in, and it's a format where it doesn't need a lot of rehearsal.
Well, I think that's a good reason to play one then. Why don't you guys
Sounds good.
something
Let's
off
play
the record or something that you choose, doesn't matter.
let's play. This is not on the record. This is following "Turn Your Money Green" by Furry Lewis, who was one of those folks in the Robert Johnson, John Hurt era, and he had a little bit of a comeback when he was in his 70s, and Joni Mitchell sang a song called "When Furry Gets the Blues" or "When Furry Sings the Blues," and he became somewhat known. And the older stuff is what we draw from, and this is a song that is on Furry Lewis in his prime. It's called "Turn Your Money Green."
All right, before you start, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to set up another track from the record, and because it's an album, I've got to actually cue it up. So
Okay.
tell me what you'd like to. What we'll play a little bit later here.
How about you're gonna go from side A? Let's do let's do one with the metal guitars, and we'll do Dark Road Blues.
All right, so I'll get that ready. In the meantime, we got some Furry Lewis here from the Daves. My name is Mike. You're listening to KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM. All right.
Walter Furry Lewis.
Walter Furry Lewis.
Memphis Street Sweeper, Delta Blues legend.
Moneymaker? No.
Turn your money green.
Turn your money green.
Same message, though.
Yeah, I like it.